It's early January. It's bloody freezing. Every hostel, hotel and Airbnb for miles around currently has a nervous runner picking through their kit for the 8th time in it. Just behind me over my shoulder is registration and Race HQ at the Peak Centre in Edale Village. If all of this is happening, that can only mean one thing. It is finally time for the Montane Winter Spine Races 2024. Now, we're excited. This is arguably the most star-studded roster we've ever been able to put together for a spine race. We have a dozen people in the main race who've been on this podium already. We have 2 triple winners, 4 more winners besides, among the 170 plus people taking on the big race. And then there's the Challenger North, the MRT Challenge North, the Sprint, the Challenger South, and the MRT Challenger South. All of those races taking place over the next few days. Now, all afternoon, just behind me, runners in the Montane Winter Spine Challenger South and the Montane Winter MRT Challenge South have been registering just back there over my shoulder. They'll be racing at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning for the Challenger South and 8:30 a.m. tomorrow morning for the MRT Challenge South. Then the sprinters will arrive here in Edale. They'll register over the course of the morning, and then their race up to Hebden Bridge begins at midday tomorrow. Throughout tomorrow, we are going to have every spine racer turn up here in Edale and get their kit meticulously picked apart. And once they're all ready, they'll have another nervous night's sleep on Saturday night before the big race begins on Sunday morning at 8. Then, further north, up in Hawes, we have the Northern Races. The Montane Winter Spine Challenger North will start in Hawes at 8 a.m. on Monday morning. So we have races beginning Saturday, Sunday, and Monday this time around. Now, today, the weather in Edale is pretty good. You may be able to just see over my shoulder. The skies are clear. There's been barely a cloud up there all afternoon. Visibility's been a little low on the tops, but besides that, we've had a lovely day down here. But is that what the runners are going to face over the next few days? What are the conditions going to be like? How runnable is that course going to be? I don't know, but I do know someone who has a much better idea.
Hi, I'm Caroline McCann and I'm one of the safety team managers alongside my colleague Will Sheaf. I'm currently stood outside Safety Team HQ in Edale where we're getting ready with all the team kit to get us started on the race. The weather in the Peak District has been pretty nice over the last week. It's been a bit damp and grey, but actually the ground has been draining quite well. So the trails are quite firm now, but the temperature's dropping. From tomorrow, it's going to get colder and colder, and it's not likely to get above freezing for probably 4 or 5 days, if not more. The trails are going to freeze quite hard with all the moisture that's in the ground. So people have got to be wary that they might need some cushioned shoes. The poles might be quite useful for puddles, all of that kind of stuff. Watch out for things like shin splints. That's going to be pretty painful for runners that aren't used to running on the hard stuff.
Now, as always, myself and the rest of the Spine Media team are going to be out on the course and hanging around at checkpoints for the entire race, 24 hours a day until that last person crosses the line. Make sure that you head over to our YouTube channel and subscribe there so you don't miss any of the daily updates. And make sure you're following us on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter to get all the chatter from behind the scenes. You may have noticed, speaking of chatter, that we've brought in a new signing for the media team this time around that we are very excited about. Over the course of the next few days, I'm going to be sharing time on camera with none other than Debbie Martin-Consani, a former Winter Spine winner herself. She's going to be out there in amongst the runners, giving us an athlete's perspective of what's going on out there. She'll be able to pick right into those details and talk about the race from the inside. So stick with us. We'll be back again tomorrow morning with the beginning of the Montane Winter Spine Races 2024.